Okay, you guys will have to excuse my laundry sound going in the background, but I wanted to show you how to make this ring in case you wanted to try to make one yourself. Now, I'm going to tell you the first thing is I'm working in millimeters today. I know usually we've been working in inches, so it's up to you what you feel comfortable in, but you definitely want to change your snap grid to a smaller number because we're going to be working with much smaller increments of moving. I got to get back to my original shapes, basic shapes. So I grabbed this ring tool over here. Some people use the tube, but I'm going to use this one. And the size, I got to be honest, I don't know what size because we haven't done any tests. So I think it would be fun to just try to print a few out and see how they do. But it would be really great if somebody would make like a ring sizing guide. So we can print those out and use them for measuring. But anyway, so for right now, I've got this one and I am going to put some text on it. So in order to get to this wrapping text here, you need to come over here to this menu and click onto shape generators. And when you get on shape generators, it seems to be listed under featured right now, and it's right here. It's this custom font text ring. You want to click the favorites button so you don't have to go searching for that at a later point in time. If you can't find it in the featured, you're going to have to click all and click through that menu till you find it. Okay? But I'm just going to pull this up here and now I'm just going to play around with it till it fits what I want. So I am first, the arc degrees here, I only want it to go around half of the ring. So since our circle is 360 degrees, I'm going to change this to 180. Or if you even want less than that, like 150, 115, that'll work. It gives you just less of this circle that it takes up. I am going to just shrink this down. And I think it has this thing here about text height, but it just seems to work easier if we do it like this. And now it just becomes a matter of sort of matching this up so that the text follows. And this is where it's kind of funky with the letters. So we're going to go ahead and type in, I typed in my first name here. We'll see what happens if I try to do it long. And this is where I kind of came up with that 180. It just seemed like it helped me align it better so that I could kind of shape it around the, oh boy. So I could shape it around, there we go. Oh, I don't even know what's happening now. Sometimes I get going and it just clicks everywhere. Let's try that again. 180. This shape generator is a little funny. So you just have to make sure that you have some overlap of your letters to the ring. If it's not overlapping, if it's hanging out a little bit like this, then they're not going to be connected. And if you have it all the way in, then you're going to have it printing on the back side. So I just kind of try to play around with this until it matches what I want. Maybe I'll try scooting this over a little bit here. And I'm sure there's a math formula to it, but it took me a long time to figure out that formula. So I found I just did okay doing it this way. Another thing you may want to look at is the thickness. Sometimes when you're playing around with this, it ends up being kind of small, and so you can increase your thickness and it'll stick out from the ring a little further. I think I did that, and then what I did was I made this size here. I said, okay, let's make this 20. Let's make this one 20. And then I went over here and did the same thing. I said, let's make this 20 and let's make this 10 because it's half the size. And then I could kind of line it up here. Again, we don't want it on the inside. So I might have to make that a little bit bigger because I don't want that to show on the inside. But that just helped me to match up that wrapping. And then I just kind of increased the thickness so that it would actually stick out. Okay. And then this is pretty tall. I'll shrink this down a little bit if I want it to be all on the ring like that. Okay. And I'm still seeing a little bit of my letters printing on the inside. So that lets me know that I need to make this part just a little bit bigger. Maybe we'll go up to 22.5. Nope, just maybe 22. And maybe this one 10.5. And then, yeah, it's not lining up how I'd like it to. I'm going to take this in just a little bit more. So you can play around and make the adjustments that you want till you get something that looks good for you. I'm going to have to go back on here. Sorry, you're watching me while I'm doing this. Okay, once you get something that you like, you're going to select both of them and group it. This shape generator likes to put everything on transparent, so if that happens to you, you can come down here and just unselect transparent. And once you've got a ring, you are going to export STL and then load that up into the 3D printing queue, and I will print it for you. Have fun.